Hello everyone, welcome to Sharmit. In this session, we are going to discuss about another very important topic for signals, that is how to check whether the signal is sending the notification or not. Because whenever we discuss about signal, we discuss that there is a way through which we can find out whether the signal's value are updating or not, right? And that's why we are utilizing the signals, because we know that it somehow notifies the user or a application that yes, this particular value is changed. So in this session we are going to discuss that process. We will create one example where we will try to explore how it is updating and notifying the application. Okay, but before we proceed further, I would like to recommend you to please go and check out the previously released sessions first, because they all are in proper sequence and sync. So if you follow them sequentially, then it would be much more easier for you to understand the ongoing topic, because for time being we are just mainly focusing on how to update a value and get the notification. Okay, so let's get started. So for that we will take the real world example. So suppose there is a letterbox on your main door, okay, and now you can relate this thing with your signal concept. Okay, so in that letterbox, if a postman put any letter, so at that time one thing is that you every time, after every 10 minutes or 1 hour, you will go and check the letterbox if something is there or not. So this is very time consuming, right? Because every time we have to go manually and check out the things. But if you are using signals, if we talk about technical terms, so if you are using signals, so at that time what will happen, whenever a postman put letter in that box, we will get the notification. It could be of any kind. It might ring one bell, or it might get some notification on mobile phone, right? Just a hypothetical condition. So but we will get the notification that something is in the letterbox, and in that situation there is no need to go and check out everything again and again, because once thing is updated, then only we will go and check out the letterbox. Okay, so now to implement this thing, what we will do, we will simply go to app.component.ts file. Here we will firstly create few signals. Okay, so I will create one signal with I'll create one variable normally and one with a signal. So here we will write letter without signal. Okay, so this is the name. Now here remember one thing, whenever you are going to use signal, I'll remove it for now. Okay, so whenever you write here signal and press enter, it will automatically import the signal here. That means this is mandatory thing, right? If it is not there, then it won't allow you to run all these things. Okay, so always make sure that signal is imported here before you are using it. Now once it is imported, then we are good to declare it. Okay, so here what we will do, we will simply go to this signal area, and here we will put let's say firstly we will define the type. I want to define it as a number type. Okay, so I just mentioned number here, and then we can provide some value, let's say 50. Okay, then semicolon. So this is the okay, we are going to create without signal, so let's remove it from here. Okay, we just want to define it normally without signal. Fine. Now similarly we will define with signal. So here I will write letter with signal. Here we will put signal, and also the type would be number and the value would be 50. Okay, so we have two things. One is letter without signal, which is not using the signal, and one is letter with signal, which is using the signal. Okay, we have put it in a wrong way. Here it should be fine. Now what we will do, we will simply print these two values, and then we will prepare a button which will help us to increment the value of this variable. So for that, let's go to app.component.html file. Here I'll add one paragraph. In this paragraph we will put firstly letter. So here we will write the value of letter without signal is, and here we will put the value of letter without signal, let's say letter without signal, and this is a signal, so we will use this parenthesis. Okay, otherwise it won't allow you to print this thing. Now what it is showing, the expression is not callable because this is not a signal, so we will just simply put it like this. And for the second one, the value of letter without signal, here we will write with signal is, and here we will put the value of signal. So letter with signal, and here we will put the parenthesis because this is the signal value. Now we will simply run the application and see the output. So ngserve, I'm running this on terminal. If terminal is not open for you, you can simply click here, no, new terminal. Okay, so ngserve -- open, enter. So it will take few seconds if there is any particular error. Okay, command is wrong, so let's write again, ngserve -- open and enter. So in case if there is any error, it will throw the error, just we saw that, or if everything is okay, it will simply print the output. And let's also add the break here so that you can see it clearly. So br tag, perfect. Now you can see the value of letter without signal is 50, the value of letter with signal is also 50. Okay, now what we will do here, we will create two buttons, and that buttons will help us to increment the value. Okay, so let's add two button here. So button, and in button we will write let increment letter without signal. Okay, so this is the button, and here we will write click event. So click is inc without signal. Okay, so we will create this function later, but for now we are just defining both buttons. Similarly, we will define the next button. So here I'll write button, and here we will write inc with signal. Okay, I'm just going to show you like what is the difference, why we are using this signal, what are the benefit of it. Okay, so here we will write inc with signal. Perfect. So we are ready with these two buttons. Now you can see the function is not available, that's why it is showing error. So let's go to app.component.ts again, and here we will define the function. So firstly we will define inc without signal, and here we will define, like this is without signal, so we can simply write letter without signal equal this dot letter without signal, and we will write either ++1 we know that, right? Whenever you write ++, it means you are incrementing the value. So we can write in a same way this, you just need to write here this dot value count ++. Okay, that means here we will just write here ++ instead of equal. So what it will do, it will increment this value. Likewise, we will add another function, but there we will use set for updating the value. So here we will write inc with signal parenthesis, and here we will write this dot letter with signal dot set, and here we will write this dot letter with signal +1. Okay, so we are using this for incrementing the value. Now you can see if I refresh it, so one button is there, increment without signal, and for second button maybe something is wrong, letter with signal, maybe case sensitivity is the issue. So we will inc so here we made small I, that's why it is showing the error. Perfect. So we have got two buttons. Let's add the breakpoint, br text, so that you can see it properly, and here also we will write br. Perfect. So now you can see we have two buttons. One is for incrementing the value where we are not using the signal, and one is for where we are using the signal. So here if I click on this button, 51. Similarly here 51. Likewise 52, 53, 54, 55, and here also as many time you will increment it will increment the value. Then what is the difference? Why we are using signal? Because we can achieve the both thing, right? It is operating in the same way. No, actually in case of signal, it is sending a notification also, and to trap that notification, what we will do, we will use one more function here, that is effect function. So let's go to app.component.ts file, and here we will define that effect function inside a constructor. So firstly I'll add constructor here, and in this constructor we will write effect function, which is effect method, then like this, and here inside this we will write this, then space, arrow, then we'll use curly braces, and in this curly braces we will just console both the things. Okay, so console.log, here we will mention this dot letter with signal, and console.log this dot letter without signal, and this is a signal value, so we will use this quote. Okay, and then semicolon. It should be with signal, not without signal. We have made it wrong here, it should be with quote, or let me change it. Okay, without signal, and here we will write with signal. Let's rewrite it, don't get confused. I'll rewrite it, so let me put it other way. Yeah, so this dot letter without signal, so this will print without signal, and then we will write here console.log this dot letter with signal, and this is a signal, so we will use quote, sorry, not quote, this parenthesis. Now if you save it and refresh it, here I will also open the inspect, and from developer tool we will check the console value. So you can see currently both values coming as 50 because we have not incremented anything. But when I increment without signal, you can see value is 51, but there is no change. Similarly, if I increment again, value is incremented, but there is no change. Why? Because it is not identified by the application. But the moment when you increment the value of signal, now you can see it has become 51 immediately. Similarly 52, similarly 53, right? That means for signal it is checking every time, like it is taking care of the modification. So that is the benefit of signal. Okay, in case of without signal, you can see it is not incrementing anything, but in case of with signal, on a single click itself it is updating the value and at the real time. So that's why we always prefer to go with signals whenever we want to make some track, whenever we want to keep the track of the changes. Okay, and that's why we like mostly say that it provide that meaningful notification whenever the value is updated. Okay, so I hope this entire session is clear to all of you. If you have any type of queries, question, you can simply ask me in the comment section so that I can try to help you in this. Okay, so yeah, that's all for today. In the next session we will discuss few more things. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.